I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't ask my mother for advice. I just kept moving. You have to let your logic take over your emotions. It is just a girl. Anger is the greatest motivator. Men hurt more after a breakup than women. Don't look at our social media. Don't look at our story. I had a call the other day with one of my friends, and he was going through a breakup, and he didn't know what to do. He said he was thinking about her all the time. He said he said he couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep. He said, bro, it's just like every single thought I think about is about her. I don't know what to do. I've never been like this. I don't know what to do. I can't. He said, bro, I would try to sleep. I can't sleep. I don't want to sleep. He said he didn't want to sit still. He said he didn't want to be still because it would make him think about her. And he said he's looking at old pictures and he's fucking texting her and she's not texting back. And he says he has old memories. He thinks about all the moments he's had. He sits in bed. I'm like, he thinks he's listening to sad fucking songs. And when he told me all this, I told him, nigga, of course you're thinking about her all the time. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff to think about her. You're looking at pictures of her. You're looking at you're thinking about memories you had with her. You're going in your phone, you still have her on your screen. You're not doing anything to push you forward. When you go through a breakup, it hurts. Every man has been there. I've been there. I've been at the point where I can't sleep. I've been there before. But I never texted her. I never had her on my phone. I literally deleted her number out of my phone. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke because that's what's going to cause you to make more dumb decisions. I didn't do any of that shit. Why? Because I knew I did not want to lose my dignity and integrity over a woman. I didn't ask my mother for advice. I didn't ask my father for advice. Never ask your parents for advice on a breakup in 2025. Because your mother is going to say, oh, send her some flowers or some stupid shit like that. And your dad is going to say some simp shit because all older men do and older women, the reason their relationship works is because the man just stays miserable for the entire relationship. And I'm just not finna do that. I knew what to do. I just kept moving. I said, I'm going to use this hurt and I'm going to use this pain to my advantage. I'm going to use it to become a better person. I started going to the gym, literally, and I was lifting more weight than I ever lifted in my life. I was getting a pump every single day. I didn't start my gym journey because I wanted to gain weight. I didn't start my gym journey because I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get abs. I didn't give a fuck. I started my gym journey because I needed to get through some pain. You delete pain with getting on purposeful acts. Pain gets deleted when you get on your purpose. It becomes a back-brainer. You only think about the past when your future is not better than your past. So if you're constantly thinking about a woman you had in the past, you're afraid that your future will not get better than this bitch you had in the back somewhere. She's in the background, bro. She's not thinking about you. She's thinking about her. It's in the past. You keep putting yourself in situations to think about her. If you have pictures of her in her phone, delete all of them. Every single one. Get it out of your phone. Don't follow on Instagram. Get all of the memory of her out of your brain. Because it's just going to cause you to think. Especially if I was in a relationship for 3 years, dog. If you've been in a relationship for 2, 3, a year, 4, 5 years. If you've been in a relationship for that long, let me explain something. You are chemically, whenever you look at that person, whenever you hear that person's voice, your brain has a chemical that triggers something else versus when you hear a regular person that you may not have had a romantic relationship with speak to you. It's a different chemical, like brain chemistry. And when you speak to that person that you were deeply in love with, or you hear that person's voice, or you think about that person, or you see a picture of that person, something in your brain chemically triggers you to the memories you had with that person that were nice. that were beautiful, especially if you have not seen or heard from that person in a while. Getting over a breakup is difficult, but it's more difficult if you make it more difficult. You have to erase the literal memory of this said woman out of your brain. You must do things that are pushing you forward, which means making some more money, figuring out a way to better your life. These are the only things that are going to make your breakup process beneficial to you. You have to look at the chessboard. You have to be logical in the most emotional situations. When your brain is filled with emotion, this is the test to see if you're really a logical person. You have to let your logic take over your emotions. And when you let your logic take over your emotions, you usually end up very happy in the future about what you did in that present time when you were going through that said breakup. If you are constantly in a state of pain, and every man knows the pain, that pain when you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't do anything, you can't be still because you just keep thinking about her. If you just sit back and just do your best to think, what is the best scenario for me to get the most out of this situation? Well, I can't sleep, so I must use that energy and put it into something that's gonna push me forward. Let's go to the gym. Let's get in massive shape. Let's use this anger to do something that's gonna make me better. Let's start a business. Let's work on something. Let's become a better person. Let me use this anger to my benefit. Don't let her break you. At the end of the day, it is just a woman, bro. It is just a girl. She's just, I know you had a special bond with her. She said she wouldn't break your heart, and she did. Again, I understand, but these are the pieces on the chessboard that you need to deal with now. You need to analyze, okay, sorry, my fucking mic fell off. But yeah, you must use the anger is the greatest motivator. Hurt's the greatest motivator. Now, when I jump into a relationship, I get excited for the fact that I might get hurt. I get excited for the pain, because the pain is what pushes you forward. I'm willing to bet that every single man that is highly successful, the root cause of it is a woman that broke their heart. Men hurt more after a breakup than women, and that is a positive fact. That is for sure a fact. It takes us way longer to get over it than her. And God made it that way on purpose. Why? Because pain is what's gonna make you grow, not fucking age. Pain is the only thing that is going to help you grow. So if you're going through a breakup, you need to get excited. You need to be happy. You need to push yourself. It just happens. This is just how life is. You cannot allow her to break you. You have to also understand, bro, 9 times out of 10, when you go through a breakup, say you're 23, 24, 25, say 19, 20, whatever the case may be, you have to realize that the girl that you just broke up with, 9 times out of 10, if she dated you while you weren't in the best position as a man, say you're broke or whatever, she is here, she is at her peak. Her life is gonna go like this. In terms of attractiveness, she's gonna look worse the next time you see her. If you keep working on yourself, you're gonna go like this. So it's gonna be like this, and by the time you're here and she's here, you're not gonna give a fuck, because now you're here and your options are more, and now you have elevated your life in general, and now you don't give a fuck about the past. You generally don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the girl that I broke up with. Not anymore, because I have better options now. My life has gotten better. Everything is better. I don't give a fuck. But the reason you're so worried about this breakup is because you're worried you can't replace that woman, and that's a you problem. If you're in a relationship with a woman you're afraid you can't replace, that is a you problem, and you need to figure out why, and you need to work on yourself in order to get a woman and have an abundance of it, so you can love a woman without being so worried about replacing her. And that is actually how you'll be able to keep a woman, because that indifference, and if you don't know what indifference means, it's just not caring about like what's gonna happen. You don't care whether it's gonna happen. Say it's like you could love this girl, but if she leaves, she leaves. I love her, but if she leaves, she leaves. I'll go find somebody else. That's indifference. And that is something that's a skill that you must work hard as a man to be able to have. And this is where you want to get to. The first breakup is hard, the next breakup is easier, and it gets easier, but it only gets easier if you work on yourself. And then you have two options. It's either you break up with her and you work on yourself and you become a better person, so you have the option to find the woman that truly loves you and won't do you dirty, or you can do what a lot of motherfuckers do, is they get their heart broken and they latch on and settle for a woman that they're not attracted to, but they know will not leave them because they don't have other options. And that is what most men do. They just latch on to a woman, which is very selfish, because you're using her for your own selfish need, which is your selfish feelings. So you latched onto this woman that you don't even find attractive. But why are you with her? Because you don't want to get hurt. And you think being with her makes it less likely that you will get hurt. Don't allow her to break you. Don't look at her social media. Don't look at her stories. Don't look at her posts. Don't wonder if she's got another man. Don't look up her other man. Don't look at her fucking Facebook pictures. Don't pay attention to her. You paying attention to her is what's making you hurt in the first place. Stop worrying about what she's doing. I don't have any image of any of my exes at all in my phone, anywhere. I don't have any of their nudes. Whatever the case may be, I don't follow them on social media. I frankly don't give a fuck. I frankly don't give a fuck what they're doing. They could have kids for all I care. I'm not paying attention because I have my own shit going for me. But sitting here worrying every day what your ex is doing, scared what your ex is doing, wishing that you still had a relationship with her, it's just going to keep hurting you over and over again. If you have friends that keep talking about her, say, don't bring this bitch up around me fucking again. I had family that kept bringing up my ex. Bro, I'm not talking about this bitch. I don't want to talk about her. I don't care to. I don't want to. And also, the other thing is, a lot of niggas after a breakup, they end up letting themselves go. This is the worst thing you could do. The worst thing you could do is sit there and drink and smoke your life away, trying to numb the pain from the breakup. All that's gonna do is prove her right. Oh, thank God I left this nigga, because now he looks horrible. You will not believe that a woman is watching every single step you make after the breakup. She's watching every single step. You may not know it, but she's watching every single thing you do. Especially if you're improving and getting better at life. If you are going backwards, trust me, she won't even check your page, because she's going to be like, I dodged a fucking bullet. You don't want to be the man who said, I dodged a bullet. You want to be the man that does so well in life that her own family says, man, you really fucked up. And I'm not one of these niggas who said, don't be jealous, don't try to get revenge. What motivates you to do what you have to do in order to be a better person is what motivates you. If you want to get revenge, go get your fucking revenge. Prove to the bitch she made a fucking wrong mistake. Prove it. Don't allow other niggas to tell you, oh, that's fucking selfish, or whatever the fucking case may be. I wake up every day trying to get revenge on every single bitch that ever did me dirty. Every day. That's my prime motivation. My motivation ain't retiring my mom. My motivation ain't retiring my dad. Frankly, my parents are good. My motivation is showing these bitches they fucked up. Simple and proven. Simple as that. Nothing else. And now that I'm in better shape than I've ever been in my life, I have more money than I've ever had in my life. I'm about to move out into my own place. I don't even give a I don't even give a fuck no more. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna start improving, you're gonna be focusing on yourself, and you're gonna get a woman who's gonna come along and try to distract you again. It's gonna be, the woman's gonna be like, it's gonna be so easy. It's gonna be so easy. And it's gonna be the devil. The devil knows how to, like, the devil know how to get me. Every other moment it's some Latina bitch with a fat ass. The nigga know my type. He know my type. He gonna keep sending her because he want me distracted. So you have to understand. You have to see that light at the end of the tunnel. There's going to be so many distractions, so many obstacles, so many other women that are going to try to get in your way and stifle you off the path, because the devil sees that you're improving as a person, so he wants to take that away from you. He wants to make sure he pushes you off the road to success. But you have to make sure you keep God in your life the entire time. Make sure you're improving the entire time. Believe in him, have faith, but work. Faith and work. Faith and work. Faith and work. Faith and work. If you have that for your entire life, you will never ever go through something that you can't get out of. God don't put motherfuckers through shit that they can't get out of. That's why you see the biggest pussies on earth, always had a fucking easy ass fucking life. But the motherfuckers he want to be a soldier, to stand up for shit, to be the ones who get crucified the most, he puts them through the most shit. Because he said, I chose you to be the leader. I chose you. I chose you to lead young men. I chose you to do it. So I'm going to put you through the most bullshit. I'm going to give you the most pain. So anytime some bullshit happens in my life, anytime some pain occurs, you know what the first time I'm doing? Thank God he did it. Thank God he believed in me this much. Thank God. Every time. Every time. What time are you at? Okay. So I'm gonna end that there. You know, there's a lot of people I know that are going through certain situations with their girl or whatever. It is a tough time to have a girlfriend, especially in 2025. But don't let it hold you back. Don't let it deter you from, you know, becoming that person, becoming that man that can take care of somebody. And don't allow one woman's actions to dictate how you treat the next woman. Of course, in some aspects, but don't have this complete hate for women because of the way one woman treated you. There are plenty of great women on this earth, but a great woman needs a great man. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, you are not a great man, and you need to make yourself into one. And that is when God will bestow you and give you the privilege of being able to provide for a woman that you love. And that means she's not going to go 50-50 with you. That means you take care of her fully. That means you protect her fully. That means you make her feel like the princess that she is. And that should be your goal, to take care of somebody, to love a woman who loves you, and make sure you'll do anything you need in your power to make sure that she is safe and comfortable for the rest of her life so she can bear your children. That is your goal. Your goal is not for you. It is not meant for you to be happy. Your happiness as a man will come from the fact that you can take care of the people you love. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.